In this video, we'll show you how to replace the passenger side cooling fan on your Honda Pilot. This is located in the front of the vehicle, behind the radiator. Let's get started. First, we're going to remove the shroud above the radiator. We can just pull up on this, release the clips. We'll set that off to the side. We can go ahead and remove our front air intake. We just have a couple of clips. I'm using a clip tool. If you have a flathead screwdriver, that'll work as well. We have two at the front and two at the back. We'll set that off to the side. We have a series of 10mm bolts all along the grill here. We're going to remove those. There's three 10mm bolts right in the middle of the grill here. We can leave those. We have two clips that we can remove, holding a bit of the wiring harness on. I'll just be using a trim fork. You can certainly use a flathead screwdriver for this. We can remove the middle portion of the intake. We'll remove the three 10mm bolts at either end of our core support using a 10mm. I'll be using a swivel socket. We can do the same on the other side. And we have two more on the back side. We'll remove our two radiator brackets. These are 10mm bolts. We're going to remove the clips at either end of the core support on the wiring harness here. I'll be using a trim tool. You can certainly use a flathead screwdriver. I'll do the same on the other side. We have one more clip holding our hood latch cable on. Pop that up. Now we can take our core support, lift up, and rotate it backwards. Now we can go ahead and remove the plastic bracket between the core support and the bumper. And we have a tab on the connector. It can help to push in on the connector while you push in on the tab and then pull out. Now that we have some of this stuff out of the way, we can go ahead and remove the two 10mm bolts at the top of our passenger side cooling fan. Now we can go ahead and remove the hose running to the reservoir from the radiator. Just give that a twist off of there. Push that out of the way. And go ahead and remove our fan. You gotta be careful when you're doing this not to damage anything. We have a metal shroud on the back of the fan here. We're going to go ahead and remove this with two number 2 Phillips heads. And we'll swap this over to the new one. And then we have a small clip for the condenser line here on the side, on the back side of the fan. Just a normal push clip. We're going to push in on the two tabs. We can pull it out. Now we'll swap this over to our new fan. And we can install our shroud. Start in our two screws. And we can snug those down. To install the fan, you want to be cautious of all your wiring as well as the radiator fins. Line up the radiator fan and you should feel it fall into the two grommets at the bottom. We can install our two 10 millimeters. And we'll snug these down. And reinstall our reservoir hose. Plug in our passenger side connector. With all these, you want to hear the click. Make sure it's set all the way down and that it can't pull back out. We can go ahead and install our grill support. We'll get that lined up. We can install our core support. And we can start installing all of our core support hardware. We want to get this all started in, and then we can go around and tighten it down. Now we can go around the core support and snug down all of our 10 millimeter bolts. I'll be using a 10 millimeter swivel to get these front ones. On the driver's side, for the radiator mount, we need to slide it behind the hood latch cable, and then slide the grommet onto the radiator. And we'll snug these down. We can install our passenger side radiator mount. You want to make sure that the wiring harness is on the outside of it. Get this all lined up. We can start installing our 10 mils along the grill. Same as before, we'll get all these started in and then tighten them all down together. Go through and snug all your bolts down. We can install our clips for our wiring harness. There's two on the grill up here. We have 2 on the back side of the core support. We can install our pieces of the air inlet. We can install our clips. We can install our shroud. Get it around the hood latch first. Get it lined up. Press down and get all the clips in. Fill up the radiator with your manufacturer specified coolant. Turn the engine on and let it run. Let it get up to operating temperature. Let the fans cycle on 2 to 3 times. Watch for air bubbles coming out of the system. Once there's no more air bubbles, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.